This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 1154, and it's the Relevant Podcast. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, is Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Nashville, it's our managing editor downtown, Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
Derek's out today because he's traveling to Los Angeles, home of Marty. Welcome back.
Indubitably.
Man, we missed you on last episode.
It was an Easter episode, right?
It was Jesse's birthday episode.
Wow,
Yeah,
man. How was your birthday,
really-
Jesse?
Oh, thanks, man. Hey, are you and Derek hanging out when you are in
No,
LA?
absolutely not. I'm just kidding. No, I'm going to see him tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm going to see him tomorrow.
Are you actually going to go up and see Prop 2? Like you guys are talking about it, like going up and
I
getting out
really
of
haven't
Orange
seen
County.
Prop is like 15 minutes away, so that's like offensively bad that I haven't seen him in a while. Propaganda, but with Derek, he just finished like a sync album for like Universal, my old label, and so I'm going to go back to Universal where I've recorded many songs and meet with the same people I've seen 100 times, and let's see how that goes.
Now, okay, I have a
Are you
question
part of the
for you.
project? Are you going back?
Yeah, I did a
as part of-
freestyle on it, and he kept it, and he liked it, and so I'm excited. It was like he gave me the reference, and it was like Temple Run. It was like he was making songs for Temple Run.
The game?
The game, like
yeah.
so, it's like a pop game. It's like Temple Run. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
the
I know,
best way to
yeah.
explain it. It's Temple Run, and so that's what I made the song.
So specifically, he was kind of, I don't know how sync works. In my world, like the way I think you guys put music out in these databases and then labels and things, pick and choose and and license stuff from y'all. But you're saying there's another world where they have a project in mind and they basically commission, like make music for this video game or something.
Yeah. So there's like many different styles of sync. So what I have been successful in is like, hey, you can't clear Jay-Z. Well, guess what? For 1/100th of the price, Marty could do the same song, same BPM, same everything. So a lot of I've done a lot of work for Amazon recently. They had their podcast stuff coming up, and a lot of them want like theme songs. And so I was able to make a couple of those because they just couldn't clear songs. So they go for like the lesser the lesser version, which is me.
You're like the Walmart version of Jay-Z.
Yeah, I'm a great value.
Is that what you're calling yourself?
He's
Honestly,
the Temu.
Yeah,
He's
I'm the Temu
AliExpress
version of any rapper I could imitate. And so I've done what Derek has done where you make an album and then you present it to a label or someone. They're like, yeah, we can use all these songs. For us, for this thing, it's the same thing. So I think already he landed a video game, like a 2K placement on it already. So he's going to California to meet with the executives that commission him. He's bringing all the artists. Which that kind of creeps me out because if anybody knows, like hanging out with artists is like it's just like an ego trip. Everyone's trying to like make the most of the moment for themselves.
Yeah.
Like they're like, hey, this is my one shot, so let me be on. It's like
Extra.
get away from us. So that's what he's coming out here for, and I'm excited about it. And I'm bringing a buddy of mine called Wes Schrock. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's a new artist, and I love him. And so I'm going to bring him with me, and we're going to see what we could do.
Wait, was he on your golf course meetings?
No, that
Single?
guy's name is Gavin the Hot Rod, and he's
Gavin the Hot
retired.
Rod, that's
He's
what it
like,
was.
no, I'm going to become a pastor and then just quit rapping. I'm like, okay. And so like, why are you on this? How did this work out? Yeah, I love him, but this other guy, he's a rocker. He's an indie rocker. He sounds like 1975. Meets like,
Oh, cool.
yeah, like he's really good for relevant type sound, like the stuff that we like here.
Emily's second favorite band, the 1975.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
No, for real.
I do really
Why?
like 1975.
I know you
Why?
do. That's what I was saying.
Why? If all the Taylor Swift controversy.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't there drama there?
I know it's tough to be. It's a very small sliver of 1975 and Taylor Swift fans. I just keep them separate. In my mind, they actually never dated. That was just like a fever dream. And she just, we all have had friends who have had like the worst rebound guys. Like they just, and you don't count that rebound. And that's her pass. I've blocked that out of my mind of Taylor. I'm sure she's blocked it out of her memory as well.
Well,
so.
I mean, she's written numerous songs about it, I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah,
she's probably out of her
she's
system.
remembering on a nightly basis during this tour. What are you talking about?
Now, I do have a question for Marty. Speaking of awkward relationship endings, you said this is your old label, Universal, and I'm curious about, I don't want you to have to divulge any of the business nuances, but is there that awkwardness of like, you're going to go back in these offices. You've recorded numerous songs. Is this like, if someone that you had dated a while ago, before your spouse, you somehow end up like they're hosting like a barbecue or something, and you go over there, and is there that tension? Is it going to be weird rolling in there?
No, it won't be weird. I love the way that we left Capital Christian. Was like Capital Christian's a part of Universal. The way we left them was like, we love them. I still like ask them questions. They're family to me, like Hudson, Brad, Josh. They are just change for me. Like, they're the only label that's really caring, in my opinion, about like, how do we really reach young people instead of like, hey, let's sign this 40-year-old worship leader that is good for the Gaithers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're looking for young people and people up and coming.
Whoa.
What?
You're saying 40-year-olds are good for the Gaithers now?
So
like,
do you know okay, so under Universal, no.
What are you saying 40 for?
Because, okay, so
I don't know any 40-year-olds listen to the Gaithers, my friend.
Because we don't live in the South. We don't live in like that world where, like Southern gospel and like they wear the
Cameron, you got
shirt.
very offended by that.
I'm saying. Some of us don't listen to the Gaithers.
It's a bit, I'm telling you, Gaithers are still doing really, really good. And there's a whole office.
Look at the audiences it's white hair only. That is not 40.
You know it's bad when they're performing for round tables. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're performing and everyone's sitting in a round table. They're not sitting in like seats. They're sitting in round table. You know what I'm saying? There's steps on the church, like carpeted steps. And so, but they're very, very big. They're still huge. And so there's a couple new artists.
But not with 40-year-olds. That's what I'm saying. They're big with 70-year-olds.
We're getting hung up on the age
too.
thing.
That's another thing. Like, they're all fits into the brand of like.
We're getting hung up on the age thing. I think, but something slipped through the cracks here. And maybe I'm wrong. Did you say they have their own offices at the Universal headquarters? So like, there's a Gaither wing
in Nashville. Yeah, and the Universal they just switched buildings to be like cooler. But when you used to walk into the original Universal building, you look as soon as you take one step on the right side, a huge office for the Gaithers. And they're pumping product out like nonstop. There's this one guy named Guy, of all things, Cam.
And he works in the Gaither wing.
He's got this white blonde, like he's like gray, salt and pepper hair, like long hair with like a perfect beard. And so like, man, they're killing it. They're still going platinum. They're still selling out.
40. Their target audience is not 40. That's all I was saying. I know they're still killing it.
Their target audience
they're killing
is
it to my grandparents' age, not me.
My parents love them, but they're getting younger people to try to like get. Anyway, my point is like a lot of these Christian labels, they'll sign what works instead of like, hey, what we need in the genre, right? So it's like we need more Lecrae's and No Big Deal and stuff like that. We need another Toby Mac to replace him. He's getting, as he gets older and transitions out.
Because he's 60.
Yeah.
He's Gaither
younger
age
people
now.
We need younger people that he mentors and brings behind him. Like, that's the goal, is everyone's bringing. So I always feel like Capital was very artist friendly, always thinking about young people. Like, think about it. How many young girl pop singers besides Stacey or Rico has there ever been in Christian music? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not successful.
Okay, not too much on Stacey. She got me
We
through
love
a lot in high
Stacey.
school.
No, I'm seriously. She's the only like pop, like Christian artist.
Riley Clemens.
But she's like country
she is
worship now. She's become. I mean, Riley. We took her on our first tour. I love Riley. She's amazing. But I feel like she's amazing. But I'm talking like pop. I'm talking like Stacey. You know what I'm saying? 40-year-olds and younger.
I just can't get over the fact that there's a building that has offices in it, and it's just for Gaither
and they didn't want to clear samples. We try to sample them. They're like, nah, we're kind of like too big. Like, we'll take half of your publishing type thing. They're huge. I don't know why. They're just so big.
In your mind, you just said that there's two music audiences, under 40 and over 40. Under 40 cares about the next
pop culture,
cool music
stuff.
And 40, there's a line where then you go to Gaithers.
Above 40, you're sticking with what you know. You're not it's gonna be harder for you to get.
I disagree fully.
Okay.
Anyway,
as I think you're like 41, Cam. Like, it doesn't really apply to you right now.
I'm 48.
I think, like,
I'm 48.
You're the coolest and the youngest. You're the coolest person. The average 48-year-old is like, I'm gonna listen. Even Spotify will back up the data. I want to listen to what I already know. I'm going to listen to the Eagles and the Police and the old bands I'm so used to.
They're listening to stuff from 2000. They're listening to like emo and stuff. They're not listening to 1980s. We were 2.
Millennials are still listening to Newfound Glory
Yes,
MXPX.
I agree with that. That's not Gaithers.
But Gaithers I'm telling you, there's still there's a whole there's a reason
you're
why.
saying
I want to look
a
up
38-year-old who
sales.
listens to Newfound Glory still in 2 years is going to not like them anymore. They're going to listen to
train.
If they
Gaithers.
go to church in the South, they might be listening to the Gaithers in a couple of years.
You're offboarding from like Jimmy World straight to Gaither Town.
Yeah.
And
You just
it's
go
just
right
how it is.
to it.
I'm
Because
sorry.
you know what? It's like that's the
skip
type of
Hootie and
music.
the Blowfish.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And you
okay.
can sit. That's the type of music when you hit a certain age, you don't even stand for the concert anymore. Like I'm going to Dan and Shay in a couple weeks with my wife. People stand up and they're excited. The Gaithers, you're sitting down the whole time. It's like it's a different experience.
And
so,
40 is the line for that.
40 is the line for that.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, great.
I will say, I mean, this was I was in my 20s when I had this thought. I would enjoy this concert way more if I was seated. Like I was thinking that. I've been thinking that for like 20 years.
Old man Jesse is all
dude,
of
what kind
us.
of
He speaks
shoes
for
are-
all of us.
Yeah, and everyone's wearing like Chuck Taylors with no support back then, and it's if your back's hurting, the openers are not even done.
It was funny because I saw Olivia Rodrigo a couple weeks ago, which is like definitely a younger audience, but there were a lot of parents there, and it was really funny because you could look out and you would see. It looked like there was just a bunch of young kids there, but you would notice that there were spots missing, and it was like, oh, it's the parents seated
I love that
came with their kids.
Oh,
to
that's
the
really
show.
funny.
But this is a phenomenon that goes all the way back. I feel like church kids knew. For some reason, you could like play outside all day when you're a kid, but when you have to stand for like 45 consecutive minutes during worship, and you're not allowed to sit, even though you're standing right in front of a seat that you can sit in. There's no leg tiredness like that where it's like, I just want one song off, mom and dad. This one's going to go for like 9 minutes. I can recharge during this song and be back on my feet for the closer. Let's do this.
Praise the Lord. Yeah. The whole thing.
I would get in trouble if I sat down during worship.
And we all would. We
true.
all would. And I feel like, we all experience a unique sort of leg fatigue.
We're all leaning
during
holding the seat
But
in front of us.
I do feel like having to stand for every worship song, and I'm not mad about that, but I do feel like it prepared me for going to concerts because it's like I can't sit for this song, otherwise I'm old as soon as I sit. And
well, you're not 40 yet, so you got a few years.
It's like you guys watch Jury Duty, right? The TV show, the guy with chair pants. I've thought in concert setting. Real talk, those chair pants would be clutch. Like you could just, even just between songs, like I can be back on my feet for the good songs.
Those are real things. You can just buy them online.
Are they? You can buy chair pants?
Yeah. I've seen them in other skits.
There's collapsible stools that people bring to concerts sometimes for like, if you're short and you're in the pit, you can stand on it, but some people also use it like to sit if they're in the pit as well.
Yeah, and then you become that one person they call out, like Madonna did last week. She's like, "Why aren't you standing up?" And the lady's like, "I'm in a wheelchair."
That was
She's
so
like,
embarrassing.
I'm really sorry about that. Okay, let's go. It's the rhythm of the night.
Wrong artist.
Marty, I do have a question. When you're like on stage, how well can you actually see people in the audience?
Okay, I'm really nervous. Be honest with you, I get a little nervous with like eye contact where you're above somebody looking down. I always feel weird about that. I usually look in the middle of the crowd. So I do look at people, especially, it's hard to look at the front, people in front, because they're like, you're standing here and their head's like right here in front of your face. It's easier to look in the middle. And then people think that you're looking at everybody. And it is a little awkward though.
I have a question for you, Marty. Let's say this hypothetical scenario. Let's say you're having a concert and one of your good buddies shows up and, this person is over 40, just shy over 40, and he wants
just
to come
shy,
to the
like
show.
Maybe 41. Maybe they just turned 41.
Maybe just turned 41
2 days ago.
week.
Yeah. I don't know.
And, about halfway through, you see that he's seated in a collapsible stool. Are you offended?
See, I'm the type of person that if someone comes to my concert, this is how bad I am. I'll be like, just wait in the green room. I'll be done in 45 minutes and then we'll go hang out again. Like I'm that person. Like I'm like, you don't even have to see the show. You don't have to. You just go in the back, go watch it from TV because they have a big TV with me performing on it.
I remember that about you. Like I ran into you out of Life Fest a couple summers ago, and we were hanging out for a couple hours because you had dead time before the show, and you're like, you kind of said that to me, like me and my kid were there, and you're like, we'll be back in like 30 minutes. We're like, we're here to see y'all perform. Like, we want to go out there and go to the show.
I don't know why. It's always like a shame. It's always like a shame factor. And when I perform, I don't know why. It's like I'm a different character, and it's hard to like people see both sides of me. So I'm like, yeah, just chill. And you're like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. It's weird seeing me perform. I don't know. Just stay back over here. I think you were like buying merch. You're like, why?
I'm wearing it. I got a hat there. Yeah.
But real talk, the collapsible stool, it's a bad look. Like,
no, we're going to buy it for you for your birthday.
You can't keep your attention. You can't be on your feet.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think you could, I know there's some you can adjust the height. So maybe you could like get it high enough to where it looks like you're more just leaning. So it's not
that's not awkward.
Do they have like little wheels on two of the legs so you can like pull it around with you, or?
No, it's not a wheelchair.
No, I'm not saying it would stay. Like when you collapse it, you got two little wheels.
Suitcase.
Like like a rolling suitcase.
Collapses enough, you just kind of hold it.
Oh, well, then you got to carry a thing.
You maybe they should rent them there, but anyway,
they should rent them there, like strollers at Disney World.
Yeah,
you show up to the concert, you can rent them.
And it says, "Are you over 40? Here's the rentals over here."
There should be an over 40 section where everyone just sits down, and then like, hey, young people are standing over here.
Like the least fun section. I'm so
honestly,
sorry.
I would sit in the plus 40 section. Give me some nachos.
Plus 40.
Give me some nachos, and I'm gonna watch Lil Baby and DJ Khaled and P Diddy perform. Who else could I name in this lawsuit? I'm gonna watch each chick 12. You know.
Oh, anyway,
I would pay
I'm very
extra
offended
to sit there, honestly.
Well, they do have that section at Lollapalooza and stuff, like for the adults, like the money section, the VIP. You pay extra so you don't have to be out there with the kids in the pit.
I would do that.
And they're all like, they got shade, they have chairs.
Yeah,
they're over
because
on
when
the
you're
hill.
at a concert and no one's standing and then you stand for the concert, everyone gets mad at you. They're like, why are you standing? You're like, this is a concert. But maybe if everyone was designated to sit, I would be okay with that. And I would order hot dogs. I would have a whole plethora of food.
It's not in the main area that the band sees. You're like over on the side. You know? Yeah, it's on the side. Yeah.
We're getting side profile. Yeah.
See, I think that's why I like being in the pit and like getting up to the front, because it's like I'm there to stand and like go crazy, have a good time. I saw people sitting at the Taylor Swift concert and I actually got mad. Now, granted, it was a 3.5 hour show, so I get it. That's a long time to stand. I did it every single time I saw Taylor, though. So it is possible. And it made me mad that, especially knowing how much people paid for that ticket. I'm like, I'm standing the whole time.
Well, speaking of standing, we have a great show in store for you. Elevation Rhythm joins us. You ain't sitting during an Elevation Rhythm show. I'll tell you that much.
Maybe a slow song.
I was like, where are we talking about standing?
Because like you got the double whammy of a worship service. You can't sit down. And they're young, so you'll want to stand.
And their music's very fun.
Listen, I'm going to throw this out there. I'm not an artist, but if I was, I would have like an interlude song and be like, listen, about halfway through the set, I'm going to be like, I'm going to tone it down. This is going a little unplugged, this song. I want everyone to take a seat and recharge the legs and the lower back.
Jesse,
just take a seat where you are.
We do that during our worship part. We're like, hey, this is the part you don't have to jump anymore. Sit down.
Yeah. Take a seat. Take a seat. I recognize how long you've all been standing this evening. You're going to we want you on the feet for the end, but we're going to take a couple songs off. You know, I want to see some stretching and seats. We've got a whole stool rental, collapsible stool.
They're
rentals,
all American flags.
happening.
The seats all have American flags on them, and you guys can sit with your koozies and your drink, and your lemonade.
Loosen that back up. You're going to need it.
That's not how Elevation Rhythm worship concerts go. Just FYI.
I'm just offering this as free advice for them.
Okay. What part of the Elevation Rhythm worship night would you say to sit down? Because when it slows down is when the hands go up. You're sitting down. Oh, the message.
The message. Hey, everyone sit down. You go 30 minutes in, then you hit him with a message. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Recharge the legs up.
That's it. That's it.
It's great.
All right, well, they're coming up. Hopefully they take y'all's advice, take their career to another level. At the end, we have your feedback, but stay tuned right now. Emily brings Relevant Buzz.
Everybody's playing it safe, but I'm taking my chance on you. Ooh, 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 but I'm taking my chance on you. Ooh, 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 but I'm taking my chance on you. Ooh, 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 but I'm taking my chance on you. Ooh, 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 but I'm taking my chance on you.
You're listening to Cosmos Midnight in Kuka. The song is Chance on You. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant. Okay, it's time for
Relevant Buzz.
Tell us what's happening at the intersection of faith and culture this week, Emily.
Right. So a few weeks ago, everyone was talking about the Nickelodeon documentary that dropped. It's called Quiet on Set. Even if you didn't watch it, because truthfully it was hard to sit through at times, you've probably seen the headlines about it. You know, there was a lot of abuse that former child stars experienced on set. Like everyone from the stars of All That to Zoe 101 talking about, you know, inappropriate and uncomfortable scenes they had to be in, all the way to someone like Drake and Josh star Drake and Bell talking about being sexually assaulted by someone who was on set. Even allegations of mental and verbal abuse from the studio's biggest creator, Dan Schneider. There's a lot that came out from the documentary, but there's still more information that's coming out even after it's premiered. A lot of actors who weren't interviewed in the documentary have come forward with their own stories, or even just sharing their support for their fellow co-stars. Someone like Kenan Thompson, who we know from SNL, he actually got his start on Nickelodeon's All That, and he said that while he never witnessed any of the things that happened because a lot of it was after he left, he does think Nickelodeon should still be further investigated and be held accountable because it is supposed to be a safe place for kids.
And Dan Schneider was part of Keenan's shows, right?
Yeah.
Like
he was he was, I think at the time, just a producer on All That, and then his role became more prominent after Kenan left. So because Kenan clarified he never really interacted with Dan that much, so people were trying to get him to confirm or deny things, and he was like, he doesn't really have much to add. And
in the Kenan interview, I was kind of reminded, he was talking about they were asking specifically about Amanda Bynes, who clearly has struggled as an adult, and Kenan talked about his relationship with her as like, I was like 10 years older than her, like she was like the little sister. And so like I was gone as she became a big star, like I had already left. And obviously that's when a lot of the assumptions of bad things happening. But so he was kind of saying like the era that this documentary is talking about was kind of the era after me. And I don't know anything firsthand, but it should definitely be investigated. So I kind of like put them all together that Kenan was there in the midst of all this, but he was there before all this essentially. So.
Yeah, a lot of this really started like late 90s, like 97, 98, really up until a couple years ago. So there's a lot that's happened. And like I said, there's more coming out this weekend. A 5th episode is going to be released. It's going to have new interviews with some of the stars who are on it and a few other people who weren't previously featured. And they're going to be talking about their experience and also just how to make the entertainment industry safer for kids, like what can practically be done to protect children.
For sure.
Scary.
Yeah, that is.
Did I ever tell you guys when I was on Legends of the Hidden Temple?
No, you were on Legends.
Oh.
You were a contestant?
Well, I was the contestant if the person in front of me didn't win and the person in front of me won. So I just spent the whole time waiting on the side in Universal Orlando. This is when when they had the whole Nickelodeon studio, and me and my sister were waiting, and the person in front of us won, and we never got to play. That was my whole story.
Did you have to stand the whole time?
I stand the whole time
stool
on the side with the producer. We're just standing there, like
the
kid was doing great. Like the kid made everything, and I'm like, I was looking at my parents; they're in the crowd, and I just remember being like, I don't think I'm gonna play, and they're like, it's fine, don't worry, and I didn't end up playing.
Why didn't they didn't they tape them back to back to back? Why didn't you just go on the next episode?
This was when they had open casting. This is when Universal Studios had open, like you would show up, apply. Yeah. We waited 3 hours, and me and my sister both got in. And it was just the end of it. And they said, thank you so much. We're not going to need you. And I remember, I think I got a shirt. I might still have a shirt from them.
Were you Were you actively cheering against the kid?
Yeah. I was like, I think he's not going to outsell my oldest sister,
trick
Carol
him?
Ann. He's not going to make it. He's not. But like, I remember he was in like a cart or something, and he was like go-kart or something. Like, I forgot what he was doing, and I was like, he's so good. What the heck? Like, I should have went on like
Where'd they
the
find
other
this kid?
side. Yeah, I should have went the other side because you got to pick. There was like 2 different teams. We picked this team. This guy was just incredible, and it was just like a 13-year-old savant who was just amazing at running up.
So,
It was,
so you
I don't know.
hold on. So you actively sized up the contestants and would be like,
Yeah, I was
this kid's
11 too,
definitely
so
losing.
it made sense. It made sense.
I was too old for the game show kids, but I was in the studio audience for Clarissa Explains It All one time at the Nickelodeon studios.
Yeah, they
With
used
the
to
live
open
studio audience?
everything. I loved it, and then they got rid of
You'd
it.
go
all.
on a studio tour, like a behind the scenes studio tour, and they'd show you all the sound stages and stuff. And then, so like if they were actively shooting, you could like join the studio audience. That's how it was always full. And so we did
Do you
that.
remember the episode?
I do not. She explained something, like a lot of it, maybe all of it. She
Ferguson
explained
involved?
a ton of stuff. That's all I remember is her explaining things the whole time.
Yeah, checks out. I remember that one.
Anyway, what else?
She
do you
was
have,
explaining
Emily?
the whole time.
The whole time. Yeah, she explained
Clarissa was just
everything. It was like, shut up, Clarissa. Stop explaining it all. You didn't know it
Pretty
all.
boring episode. She was just reading from the encyclopedia. It was pretty.
It was very
The show
forgettable. I
had
don't think it
gone
ever
downhill.
aired. It got canceled soon
Yeah,
thereafter.
I can see
yeah.
why that show didn't live on in infamy. But yes, there's new episodes coming out, so be aware of that. But moving on.
Wait. The docuseries is not over. It's still like there's new.
Yeah, there's going to be a new episode from the docuseries premiering on Sunday on the ID channel, and it'll be on HBO Max, where everyone else will actually watch it on Monday night.
Yeah, got it.
Does anyone have Discovery ID? I don't even know how to access
You have to have
that.
cable.
It's
would
on
watch it.
HBO though for free right now, right?
Yeah, the next day. That's all she was
yeah,
saying.
the
But
next
like
day it'll
on
be on
Sunday
HBO.
night, it's they're doing
So
the
Sunday
premiere.
night it'll premiere. 3 people will watch it. Everyone else will watch it Monday night.
Got it.
That's what we're trying to set up here. All right, moving along. Last week, I'm sure you guys saw a super exciting announcement that we're all thrilled about. That's right. I'm talking about the Trump Bible. What?
SNL did a great job with that last
I've already,
last
They
week.
did
I've
Yeah.
already ordered Christmas presents this year. It's great.
Well, so you're
I,
out.
see,
a lot of
I
money.
ordered them as July 4th presents for my July 4th party. I'm starting a new tradition.
I do this January 6th thing that really is just so good.
Big hit
Anyway.
there. Yeah.
Yes, we are talking about the Trump Bible. Like we said, everyone's talking about it. What's actually funny, it's not really everyone's calling it the Trump Bible. It's not the Trump Bible. It's the Lee Greenwood Bible, also known as the God Bless the USA Bible. This came out years ago. We actually covered it at Relevant because it was
I
just
remember.
ridiculous.
It was
And-
ridiculous. It was like, this is not needed. We don't need to put patriotic songs in the Bible. Yeah.
Well, I also don't know if people, this Bible includes a handwritten chorus of God Bless the USA, but it also includes copies of the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Pledge of Allegiance. That's all in this Bible. I don't think people quite understand how ridiculous
My
this is.
Bible's grown up, had maps of the Holy Land.
Yeah.
Now we have the Constitution. Got it.
It did remind me of one of our, and when we were like our listicle era, which maybe we I don't know if we ever left it, but I'm talking, this was prime listicle era Relevant. And we would just come up with pitches for listicles. And do you remember this one, Cameron, ranking the most oddly specific Bibles that you can buy? And
Emily, what's the second half of this buzz item?
So, Jesse, I'm actually so glad you brought this up because when we were talking about this, we were thinking about this exact same list. 'Cause
This
we were
article.
like, because
So she pulled it up and she was going to read it on this episode.
let's
and I'm still going to read it because
Good.
The
Yes,
reason
you
we
should.
wanted to. The reason we wanted to bring it up is because a lot of the outrage people were like, I can't believe someone would make a Bible like this. And it was like,
Or they're
yes,
commercializing a themed Bible, how that's so
Yeah.
gross. And it's like, themed Bibles has been a thing since the 90s.
That's,
So like,
it's unfortunately a dark part of the church's history. So we do have to acknowledge it. But yes, I'm glad you brought this up because I do want to talk about some of these Bibles and know it like in order of importance, but we just have to talk about these. First one, probably one of my favorites, the Play to Win Hockey New Testament Bible.
That's right.
Wow.
I mean, the cover has a hockey stick on it. It also features testimonies of hockey greats who are Christians.
Sure.
it's great.
Wow.
I
It's a big
can't
seller.
think of anything. I want more.
Emily, I got
Every home
saved.
should have one.
Yeah. What are some of the other ones?
It's the number one most popular best-selling book in Canadian history.
In Ottawa, yeah.
That's
exactly.
amazing.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if it was. Another one, the Outdoorsman Bible. The cover is, of course, camouflage.
Of course.
But I want to read the description from Amazon. The field-ready cover blends in while the words stand out.
Wow,
Whoa, whoa,
that's
whoa, whoa.
amazing.
Why do you want if you set your Bible down, like you're just sitting out there, because I think with hunting you sit a lot in silence,
Yeah.
right? And so you're just reading your Bible. You bring
stools. Yeah.
you bring your outdoorsman Bible with you, and then you hear the rustling in the bushes. So you get ready. You set your Bible down. You get ready, and then you shoot. You miss. Oh no! All right. Well, I'll go back to reading. Can't find the stinking thing
Wouldn't make it
because
hard
it's
to find.
camouflaged.
Yeah, it's
They
quite
didn't
the
think about that
conundrum.
when
It
they
should have
made
been
Yeah.
bright orange. Like
Yeah.
anyway.
Maybe they'll do a new edition,
Yeah.
and that'll
They'll
have
update
a
it.
bright orange cover.
Oddly,
And
90s R&B. There's a new edition Bible. Sorry, there's an early 90s R&B group.
Safety
called New
Orange
Edition.
Bible. Nice.
There is the Duck Commander Faith and Family Bible with an intro from Phil and Al Robertson.
How is the Outdoorsman Bible and the Duck Commander Bible any different?
It seems like the missed opportunity.
My assumption is the Duck Commander one also includes some duck calls.
Yeah, it
don't know
comes
if
with the
that's actually
piece
true,
that
but I
you
hope it does.
blow into.
So
Yeah.
there's like, they have an
Accessories sold
expanded
separately.
Genesis 1, expanded Genesis 1, that verse where he's like, and then he made the fowl of the air. That's like that's a quarter of the Bible. They just want to talk about the fowl of the air and how to shoot them.
Anytime a bird's mentioned, it's highlighted.
I wonder if the Trump Bible has separation of church and state in it, right? Like, did they leave that out in the Constitution or what?
Yeah, I would be curious to see if it's a full copy of
They
the
put a chapter
Constitution.
divider. They put a chapter divider to separate the church
Yeah.
and the state in
Yeah.
between. Yeah.
There's a few career-specific ones, like the Coast Guardsman Bible or the Emergency Medical Services Bible, which, both could come in handy for an incredibly specific person, I guess. Of course, there's the Extreme Teen Study Bible. Do you guys remember the extreme youth era? Like youth pastors' creativity really got to shine with that one. You've also got the Waterproof Bible, which I assume just has like a rubber texture to it. Not something I'm personally interested in. There's a ton
all
more. There
leading
is
to
one
this.
more that I just want to highlight because it's so funny to me. The True Love Waits Bible.
Ooh.
Somehow still going strong on Amazon. I would have I feel like the True Love Waits era is kind of faded away.
Well,
I feel like that
considering
was-
the author of it renounced his faith.
Oh, yeah,
you know, like-
yeah.
No, you're thinking of I Kiss Dating Goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
am. Sorry. I was thinking
No,
about
yeah.
Kiss Dating Goodbye. Josh
Although
Harris.
I'm sure there's an I Kiss Dating Goodbye Bible somewhere out there.
Yeah.
Probably
If
been
not-
discontinued.
If not,
but
I'm making one.
But
there is the Homeschool Mom's Bible.
Wow.
But there's also a Busy Mom's Bible. Like
Right.
they're two separate ones.
For kids, the Berenstain Bears Bible,
Ooh.
which has color pages of the Berenstain Bears kind of living out
thought-
biblical virtues.
I thought the Berenstain Bears were Jewish. Berenstain.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You
You just broke that. You just tear down the whole
I don't know
argument.
what to
Cam.
tell ya.
You just destroyed their
I don't know what
entire
to tell ya.
argument.
The Berenstain Bears Bible stops after the 5th book in the beginning of the Bible.
the Old
Yeah, they're
Testament.
just old school.
Okay, we'll end it with this one. The Holy Hip Hop Bible. I actually might be interested in this one, truthfully. It could be a good way to explore my faith and some new music. So
I remember in the
Best
early
of both worlds.
in the early 2000s, there was a British Bible that was written in like urban slang, like the whole thing.
British urban slang?
Mm-hmm. It was like a British ministry doing like a street Bible. I think it was called the
Yeah.
Street Bible, and it was written in like Ebonics and British like youth slang.
Yeah,
was
Jesus was
not
called.
good.
I'm looking at it right now. Jesus was called Govna. Just kidding.
Yeah.
The
The
LO
Govna was
Bible.
murdered. Easy to follow. The review. Easy to follow in Ebonics terms.
I can't imagine that one landed on any bestseller list, but
Yeah, I remember it.
maybe there's a time. Maybe let's revive this.
The relevant
Trump
Bible.
Bibles.
We got.
It's just going to be the Bible.
I got to be honest with you. We got offered to do that by one of the major Bible publishers doing a relevant Bible, and I said no because I'm not going to commercialize the Bible.
And because they wanted to randomly include the testimonies of former hockey greats.
And you already said, been there, done that.
without explanation.
Former hockey greats and duck hunters. We're like, no, there are already Bibles for those people.
They're
There's
like,
cooler
this is a
people
proven
out there,
formula.
guys.
It's a proven formula. Okay. I already talked to all these hockey greats. What am I going to do with them? What am I going to do with the testimonies now?
Okay, last thing before we wrap this up. I do have a new movie and a new TV series to put on y'all's radars. The first is from Mike Todd, who's the pastor of Transformation Church. He wrote a book a few years ago called Relationship Goals, and that is being turned into a movie, and it'll begin filming later this year. Now, books are turned into movies all the time. What's the big deal? The big deal is that Mike talked about it with his congregation recently, and apparently it's not going to be like a typical Christian movie. He said that when he agreed to make it, he wanted to make a real movie. Not the Christian, like I'm going after the lost. I want them to be watching rom-coms and find relationship goals, and I want it to be real to them where they're at. Now, he saying all this, he's kind of setting this expectation that it might be a little bit of a raunchier movie than you may expect from your typical Christian, like Hallmark movie. And I can't really think of another Christian book that's been adapted in this way. So this is definitely something that will be interesting to see.
Well, you didn't see This Present Darkness because lots of sex. Lots of sex.
Shocking. Shocking.
Left Behind, the director's cut, the Zack Snyder cut.
Man.
Hard.
Eric Roberts
X.
goes in. Just kidding. Wouldn't believe what he says.
No, it is kind of funny. Like he was telling everybody, Amazon A-list actors is going to be a big movie,
Right.
legit Hollywood movie, and because we're going after Hollywood, it's not a Christian movie. And so I guess the premise is that there's a relationship, worldly relationship happening. They're having all their issues, and then they come and they're going to film a scene at Mike's church. They did say that, and that Mike's going to be in the actual movie for that part of it. And so then I guess this couple that's living like the world and having all the issues comes to church, I'm guessing finds Jesus, and it ends positively. But he was kind of setting the expectation that they're living like the world, and the movie's not, going to sanitize that.
Hopefully there's good actors in it.
He was
He
saying
made it seem like there's like
Yeah.
legit actors. So
he couldn't say yet because of the NDA or whatever, but he was saying like it's household names type stuff. So
He's like,
We're
have you guys
talking
ever seen
Kevin
Medea
Sorbo.
movies? Some of those actors are going to be in this as well. Cat
We've
Williams
got
is signed
Dean
on.
Cain,
Yeah.
We've
We
got
got
Dean
Michelle
Cain.
Williams, Cat Williams,
Kevin Sorbo,
Kevin Sorbo.
Kid Rock.
Kirk Cameron.
We have Roseanne
They're all
Barr.
back. They're all
She's
in
the
it.
mom.
That bald older guy from Lost that he plays like all the dads now, Oh man.
We have Kevin Sorbo in 3 different roles. Pretty excited.
him in different wigs.
Versatile.
Oddly, Nicolas Cage has a cameo to cross it over into the Left Behind
Yeah.
MCU. Yeah. Anyway.
Love that. Yeah, we obviously will be keeping an eye on this and updating it when it's actually coming out. It'll probably be sometime next year. But there is a show coming out later this year that we're excited about from Martin Scorsese. He is just like really hustling and leaning into a lot of faith content now, which we're excited about. But he'll be hosting, narrating, and producing an 8-episode docudrama about Christian saints.
There you
Each
go.
episode will focus on a different saint, just kind of their
Each
life,
one
their real life.
portrayed by Kevin Sorbo.
They're actually all portrayed by Kevin Sorbo, all 8 of them. Male, female, doesn't matter. It's
I
just Kevin
didn't
Sorbo
know
in
this.
wig and makeup.
I was watching a documentary last night about the life and career of Steven Spielberg. Don't know why. I just got watching it. I didn't know this in the 70s when he was coming up, like, how he got into it and how he got, he was just a youth and, making movies, and he like hustled his way into getting an opportunity at Universal Studios. And anyway, Jaws was his first big breakout movie and stuff. I didn't know this, but in that time, like they all those crazy cinematographers and filmmakers were friends.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
like Francis Ford Coppola, Steven Spielberg, who did Star Wars, the white hair guy, George
yeah,
Lucas.
They all would help
The
each
guy
other
who
too.
ended up
Yeah,
doing
it was like the new school. Yeah.
Ghostbusters. They were all buddies and were collaborating with each other behind the scenes and not getting credit or whatever. But like Steven talked about seeing like the first version of Star Wars before there was any CGI, and George Lucas would just cut in like war footage and stuff, like old black and white war footage to kind
wow.
of say there's a fight. And he's like, they were so confused by it and like literally like showing it to each other and stuff. like one of the guys was like, I don't understand this universe. I don't understand this mythology. We're confused the entire movie. You need to like set the context and tell us what's going on. And that was the beginning of that prologue thing with Texas on the screen.
I love that.
But like these guys made each other's craft better, and it continued for 20 years. Like they were behind the scenes collaborating as friends. Like, and I had no idea, but like George Lucas brought Indiana Jones to Spielberg after Spielberg had a couple flops and he was really struggling. Like George Lucas like resurrected his career and stuff. It's just really cool to see that side of the story.
Brian De Palma was part of that crew back in the day too. Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people do think of like the 70s and 80s as like a really special time in movies, because all these like incredible filmmakers were helping each other, and it wasn't necessarily competitive. They were just they were making everyone's films better, and so that's why a lot of those movies still stand up to this day.
This came to mind because Steven Spielberg talked about how at the first half of his life he tried to hide his Jewishness, but then he like ended up becoming like he wanted to lean into like this spiritual longing and spiritual questions. Obviously, a lot of his early movies like E.T., there's dad issues, and there's like I'm looking for something I haven't found yet, like spiritual stuff. And so finally, like he decides to lean into it, and he went and shot Schindler's List, and it changed his life. And then after that, he was like, I was so proud of my Jewishness, and he like leaned into his faith. And to hear Scorsese now on a similar with his Catholicism, a similar kind of track, obviously years later, but like he's really leaning into his Catholic faith in this later part of his career. It's interesting.
Like it.
So, yeah, cool. Maybe Kevin Sorbo will do the same thing.
Yeah, well, we know he's heavily involved in this, and
obviously we've all seen The Parent Trap in those movies. Who's that one actor who was in every Christian movie recently?
Dennis Quaid.
He's really like he's a star right now in the Christian world, but not branded Christian. Really interesting.
I think he's conservative. I think that's how he got into it. All right. That'll do it for Relevant Buzz. Make sure to check out everything we're covering every weekday, covering the intersection of faith and culture. Thanks, Emily. All right. Stay tuned. Up next, Elevation Rhythm joins us. You're listening to Tarian. The song is Worth the Wait. Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com. Well, our guest today is Elevation Rhythm. They're the next gen worship collective from Elevation Church. We sat down with Josh Holliday, one of the members of the group, to hear about the future of rhythm and how they're leading the next generation of worshipers. Here is Emily's conversation with Elevation Rhythm.
Well, you recently dropped the Praises remix with Forrest Frank. How did y'all get connected?
He actually posted Praises, like the original Praises. We ended up just reaching out to him via Instagram. And it was like, I think I just messaged him like, bro, we should do a remix. And he was, I mean, the guy, he's like the greatest guy. We hopped on the phone that day, and even like his heart and just who he is as a person made me more excited to collaborate with him more than just his sound and the vibe that he could bring. I just really felt like he was he was just a true man of God who he really loves God, and he has a heart for this next generation. And so that was what made me excited to work with him. And it literally, like, I think he sent over his verse that same day I asked. Maybe like, I think it was like less than 24 hours he already had his verse. And I was like, did you already have this in your pocket and you were just waiting? Because like, how'd you do this so fast? But like, I think we worked that day, and then just kind of like sent it back and forth for a while and got the beat right. And then we went to Texas, where he's at, and then we just kind of shot the video and just kind of hung out.
All my friends just wanna be famous, living life with a lot of time wasted. I choose you, you're what's missing. I choose you, now I'm different, everyone's saying.
Are you planning on doing more collaborations with Forrest or anyone else in the future?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely want to do some more with him. He came to Charlotte and he did our youth service with us, and so we did Praises Remix live, and we always, once our schedules like line up, we're definitely going to try to write some more and create some more. And as far as other collaborations, I don't know, they kind of come naturally and organically. We don't really strategically pick who we collaborate with. I think it kind of just happens. Like, it's kind of as cliche as it is, like, it's kind of a God moment of like, oh, like this makes sense for you to partner with us in this. And that's what it is. That's what I meant, like, with the Forest thing. It's like, we're not protective. I don't know if protective is the right word for our collaborations, but it really has to be something that we feel like our hearts are aligned and that's who we kind of want to link arms with and do this with.
Well, speaking of the future, I know you just wrapped up the Elevation Worship Nights tour, but I want to know, are y'all planning on doing any Elevation Rhythm tours?
We want to tour. We want to do like some mini tours. Those tours are those are kind of like on the largest scale I think you can tour on. Like, it's pretty on that side of it, and they're always great, and we love them. But we want to kind of like try to see what touring could look like, and like maybe 4 dates, little leg here. That's like a little bit of a smaller venue that we can kind of turn into more of an experience, like with some pop-up merch, or like kind of like it's more of a hangout. Like, I think a strong value in what Rhythm stands on is community, and I think it's important that, like, especially when we go places, that like we bring that with us. And so, what does it look like just to hang out with people and like listen to music, and not only just always be on a platform, but it's like, what is it like to like just kind of hang out with people? And because that's what we do when we're not, like, all we do is hang out. And so I want to kind of like figure out what that looks like as far as in the realm of touring, and how to bring that aspect of rhythm, because it's a huge part of us. How do I bring that into that?
There's no one like our God. There's no one singing holy, holy to my one and only. Who is like our God?
Yeah, I definitely think that connection is something the next gen really wants. And I love that y'all's heart is for the youth. I am curious, do you think Rhythm will ever shift its focus from the next gen to the wider church in general?
Will forever be the heart of Rhythm. The DNA of Rhythm is it's birthed out of our youth ministry, and it's we've like sometimes we do our young adult service. Like, we have a college and young adult service here at Elevation, and Rhythm will be a part of that too, because obviously naturally the people that you're leading as high schoolers, they end up becoming college students. And so there is a little bit of a moment where it's like we lean more into the college age stuff as well, because we're also kind of college age people. And so they're our peers. And so it's a weird thing where we don't sonically try to appeal to the youth. Like, I think that's creatively, I don't think that's even a wise thing to do, is to like try to say, what are the kids listening to? Let's make that. I think that's like, I think our heart is always going to be for the youth. And I think that we'll always like do our youth services, and on Wednesday nights are like that's our main calling. Before we're global, we're really local, and the local church is so important. And so it'll always be there. But I think our music will reach who it reaches. And if it reaches college young, or it reaches, I mean, Rhythm will go to a retirement home if we want to. We're not trying to put a restraint on it at all, but yeah, our music will reach who it reaches, but I think our heart will always be for our church and for the youth of our church.
And then came the garden, we became the fallen. Sin made us lose our way. Oh, but the love that's too good to give up set a course for amazing grace. This is the gospel. This is the good news.
Okay, now I'm trying to imagine a high energy Elevation Rhythm concert at a retirement home. I think I need to see this happen, because I know you guys won't tone it down for any generation. Like, that is something I love about Rhythm. You always are so hyped to be singing worship. And I was wondering, have you always had high energy when you're worshiping, or is that something that's kind of grown in you over the years?
I mean, I've always loved music. So I think music has always moved me, and I always loved, like, so music has always been a thing. And so understanding like how to express myself in church, I think that was something that like kind of came, and like that freedom kind of evolved while being a part of a team. But because it is like, you just kind of don't know, like, everybody's church background is different, and you see things like what praise looks like is always like different from church to church. And so we kind of just like, we've kind of had a community where, like, within Rhythm, where we kind of just have this like, yeah, we're just gonna go for it. like we're literally gonna have like no shame in our praise, and kind of just like never walk away feeling like, oh, we were reserved. And we, like, I always joke around and tell them, like, I don't want anyone to still have energy when we're done. Like, we need to be laid out on the floor by the end of this worship set.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. I was lost, but now I'm found. Sing it out. Hallelujah. Right here, right now. You have nothing but your amazing grace. You did it for me. You did it for me. And now I was lost, but now this is the gospel. Yeah.
Okay, knowing all of that, now I want to know, what is worship to you? Like, what does it mean for you?
It's a posture. I think it's a response to who he is. First and foremost, it's like you when you understand. I think we're kind of teaching the youth right now the names of God, and it's going to kind of be the theme for our next conference. But it's that the more you know who he is, your worship is a response to who he is, and it's a posture of just kind of. We have a song that we just wrote, and we sang it at our youth conference called "At the Altar," and it's like a posture of like just laying things down, and like things like shame. Even it's so cool in the song. It says like all your wins and your losses, something like that. Like, not that particular, but it's just like the concept of both. Like, no, don't just lay down the things that you don't want anymore. Lay down the things that you do want, like the things that you did. Like, it's like a posture of always being open-handed and ready to receive, but also just before any of that, truly just you're responding to who he is.
That was Elevation Rhythm. Make sure to check out Their music wherever you get your music. All right, stay tuned. Up next, it's your feedback. You're listening to Pond. The song is I'm Stung. Well, today's podcast is brought to you in part by the new book, Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Author Jonathan Seidel knows firsthand how even believers can get stuck in shame and destructive habits, especially when it comes to one of society's biggest obsessions, alcohol. In Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, he details his spiral into disordered drinking and shares the 4-step process he eventually used to break free. There's hope for alcoholics who become Christians and for Christians who become alcoholics. Find Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic wherever books are sold. What if you could change a child's life with just $10? Right now, thousands of vulnerable children in East Africa are suffering from jiggers. It's a painful, preventable parasite that burrows into their feet. Soul Hope is the only organization treating it through foot washing, medical care, and durable closed-toed shoes that protect kids long after treatment. $10 may not seem like much in today's world, but when we come together, those small gifts add up to big change. Join the 10 for 10 campaign. $10 protects 10 small toes. Visit soulhope.org/10 to give now. One small gift makes a big difference. Again, that's soulhope, SOLE, hope.org/TEN. Okay, it's time for your feedback. Last week, we got talking about like ridiculous online outrage, people like, running into conspiracies, running into, whatever's happening. And they don't have all the information, but they're very outspoken about their thoughts about the thing that they're not informed about. So we asked you, what's the most ridiculous online outrage you've seen? You hit us up on X at Relevant Podcast. Here's a few of our favorites.
Someone was outraged about Bernie Sanders' economic policy one time and tweeted, Bernie Sanders should be forced to give away 90% of his birthday cake. #happy birthday, Bernie, which garnered this reply. This is how birthday cakes work when you have friends, which is just a great reply.
That's amazing.
For outrage.
That's amazing. Dang.
That's good.
I like this bagel one. Chris said, this was a great day to be on the internet. Absolutely no one agreed with this guy. I thought World War III was going to start because of bagels. And so the tweet under it says, today I introduced my coworkers in St. Louis to the St. Louis secret of ordering bagel bread sliced. And I've never seen bread a bagel sliced. Like that.
So it's not cut in half horizontally. It's sliced like a loaf of bread vertically.
I'm kind of not mad at that. I would try that.
A full bagel slice is
what, just cream cheese and just smear some cream cheese on it?
Why not?
Why not? Just try it.
Okay, absolutely. We're about to start fighting on this podcast.
I mean, if it's not an egg sandwich, we're talking like cream cheese over here.
Yeah, that is a terrible way of doing that.
Okay.
Shelby said, watching people I follow defend themselves for not washing their legs still haunts me to this day. I can never look at them the same. And then it like referenced tweets where people are saying like, how is it that people don't feel like they need to wash their legs? You remember this whole celebrity thing of like celebrities not showering but once a week sort of thing?
Yeah.
Like the internet, like
Gwyneth Paltrow.
It's so funny to me. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, it is funny to think about like how obsessed we are with like who will never meet in real life, like their hygiene. But at the same time, it is a little shocking. Like I remember seeing, I think I brought this up with one of my friends, and one of them admitted like showers like once a week, and I was like, I actually don't. Like, it doesn't smell bad, but it's still like it just feels gross.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with that.
Well, there's more where that came from. You guys saw a lot of unnecessary online outrage. Yeah, there you go. Okay, it's time for this week's
Editorial question of the week.
All right. Well, earlier we were talking about ways to improve the concert/festival going experience, i.e. built-in pant chairs, or you can carry around a stool with you, which I think
intermissions just for seating. That's mine. Yeah.
Just to take a load off.
Revolutionary.
Yeah, I love it. So I got to say, ways to improve large gatherings, whether it be a concert, church, church service, rally, political rally, where you're having to stand, you're in a mob of people. Wait, what's the most annoying thing you've experienced? Was it somebody in front of you at a concert put his girlfriend on his shoulders, blocking your view the whole time? What's the most annoying thing that you've seen or experienced at a large gathering? Hit us up on X at Relevant Podcast, and we will read our favorites on next week's show. I think it is being stuck behind a girl on somebody's shoulders at Lollapalooza at the Kendrick Lamar concert.
I get annoyed when people try to like cut in front of me when I'm like in the pit, but they have really terrible excuses. One girl tried to tell me her mom was like up at the front, and I said, your mom is not up at the front of this concert. Like there's just no, it was like Fall Out Boy. Yeah. Your mom's not up at the barricade.
Well, if her mom was 40, she might have been a big Fall Out Boy fan. She hasn't yet gone to the Gaithers.
At the Gaithers concert.
She's like, my mom's in the wheelchair in the front of the Madonna concert. Please let me go see her.
Anyway, hit us up. All right. Well, before we wrap things up, I want to thank Elevation Rhythm for joining us. Make sure to check out their album, This Is the Gospel. It's their most recent one. And keep an eye out for their new stuff that's coming out soon. Also, make sure to check out Relevant Store. You can find it over at relevantmagazine.com. Just click the store tab. We've got merch, we've got magazine archives, and more. We've got podcast swag, funny stuff, hello bags, the whole thing. Relevantstore.com. You'll like it. There's a bunch of stuff. Go check it out. All right. On that note, we'll wrap things up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Emily Brown.
I'm Marty.
We will see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
I would enjoy this concert way more if I was seated.
Relevant Podcast Network.